Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Hello farmers, and welcome back to Mercury Farms. Just inspecting our combine harvester because our field of oats is ready. It's getting kind of into the evening hours, but I think we got plenty of time to head on over and harvest this. We do have some oats still in here from the previous field that we did, right behind us. As you can see, the crop has grown. I'll have to fertilize that before I go to bed. Does it need fertilizing? Probably does, right? Just because I don't want the second growth stage to kick in, and the weeds are coming in as well. Glorious. Is our straw swath on? It is. That is good. So first thing I'm going to do is get like a headland done down at the bottom here so the combine has a way to turn around. And we'll probably harvest until the combine gets full. And then we'll send them off on a worker. And then we'll probably go around, collect the straw. And I don't know if I want to sell it or if I'm going to store it. Depending on the price. We sold straw last episode, but it's been a while. I haven't checked the prices in a bit. So we'll see if it's better down at the animal livestock. Because I can't sell it at the barn. And I can't sell it at the BGA. So I can either store it or sell it down there because I don't have a baler. We did for like an hour. Way back around episode 1 or 2. And I thought, what do we need a baler for? I mean, what do we need a baler for? So right now the best price of oats is actually on the rise. So I could just store this and wait for the price to peak. Actually, I probably might have to do another headland here, but I think we're okay for now. But we should get a good amount of oats off this field and straw as well. So like I said, I may just store it for now, the straw itself. But every little dollar counts because I do want to do the cows. Probably in the next in-game day or 24 hours from now. Somewhere around there. We should be able to cut the grass in the morning hours. Which means by the time I get it to the BGA, compact it, it'll turn to silage in like 12 hours. We can get cows and give them some total mix rations. But that does mean a bank loan. Now I haven't checked to see if I can borrow, how much I can borrow. We are playing on start from scratch and hard economy, so I don't know what the limitations are on borrowing money on those settings. We are filling up pretty good. I probably have to... Yeah, I should just head right back down the field so that way the pipe was on the outside. Because I'm going to have to empty this out in a little while. I'm going to get a little straw here, but that's fine. That's what the loading wagon's for. Yeah, the problem with the fields that I'm not really giving myself much room to turn around, so I should be doing some headlands, but I'm hogging as much of the fields as I can so we can get more crop into the ground. Which always in turns means more money. So, yeah, we're going to harvest this field today. Obviously, fertilize the field on the other side of our farm area. And probably not see this field until the next day. Hopefully it should not need lime, we know that. Certain sections might need to be plowed, I don't know what that status is going to be like. Well, our combine is full, so let's run over here, get into our New Holland tractor, grab our trailer, and start storing some of these oats. Wait to see what the price does. I may have to work a little bit late, meaning selling just the crops that we have. Let's turn off the GPS lines or the guidance steering systems, whatever you want to call it. Getting a headland done for the worker we will have in just a moment. That is good enough there. Turn off the header for now. And what we're going to do is going to go unload the combine into our trailer. And then we're going to steal our New Holland and go across and get that field fertilized before it gets too dark. I like to be able to see where I've been. It's not going to take us too long to fertilize that. And yes, I'm still fighting my cold. It doesn't help when everyone around you has a cold as well, so just as soon as you think you're getting better, everyone just keeps coughing up a storm. Alright, so we'll dump this into here. While that's doing so, we can see the weeds are just infesting everywhere. But currently $6.23 and the price is rising on oats. We got to remember we do have canola for $7.60 we could sell. Probably get somewhere around $7 grand for that. Who knows how much oats we are going to get, but I do want to check on the straw. Down at the livestock market, $37 per, not the greatest. But it will be money that we can take. Well, not literally take, we're giving them something for the money. But you know what I'm saying. Anywho, we should be able to send this guy off into work. He should be fine for a while. I'm assuming we can get the other field fertilized in time. And I think what we'll do is we'll also put this in storage right now. Not quite a full trailer. All right. All right, let's see if we can get this field fertilized. Let's turn that sucker on. I probably should use like GPS for this, but I mean, GPS is good when you really want to do straight lines like we did for making that grass field. It's just a little bit of a nuisance every time you make a turn that you have to go back in and turn the guidance steering back on. And really for what we're doing here, we should have this fertilized in no time. I mean, I hate to say this, but really another tractor would be kind of nice. Maybe another small tractor that I could put narrow tires on. Just so I can leave the Dutes far up at the animal farm, because that's really where that's going to be needed. But hopefully we can sell some crop pretty soon and get some cash, which would help us not have to borrow as much money to do the cows. Really need to get the cows going for the milk. And as I saw, the manure price at the, I forgot where the manure was. Was that at the BGA? Seemed a lot higher than I remember it being before. Like on Ravenport, I think it was like 160, and I think here it's like 200. And then we saw in Ravenport with a little bit, well, we actually had a decent amount of cows. I want to say we had pretty close to 60 cows, maybe. They were producing quite a bit of manure. The pigs, non-stop of manure. I know some people say pigs aren't worth it, but to me, I think they are once you get the base down for their food. And I did see there is a mod out there for total mixed rations. There's a total mixed rations bunker and a pig food bunker. So basically what you do with the you place the bunkers down, and for total mix rations, all you gotta do is make silage. Then you take silage and put it into this bunker. You gotta compact it again, but not, apparently you don't have to compact it as much. And then you cover it, and it then turns into total mix rations. The pig food, I think you got to take like sugar beet or potato, a root crop, basically is what I think you got to do. And do the same process, compact it, and it turns into pig food. Well, yep, didn't take us long to obviously fertilize that field. I hate to say I'm going to probably need to weed it as well. Before the second growth stage. What we're going to do now is hook up the loading wagon. It's facing this way. I did get a little nervous while I was waiting for this field to turn because I saw the forecast change. I saw a cloud there. I'm like, don't tell me it's going to rain. Don't tell me it's going to rain. I'm like, okay, it's not going to rain. Don't get me wrong. I do like the chances of having rain in the game, but not when you're ready for harvesting. Well, my helper just called me on the radio and said his tank is about 80% full. So I'm going to make one more pass up and down, and then we'll go get the trailer to help him unload. And then I think I'll take over and harvest the rest of the field ourselves. Hopefully I can get him on the correct side when he's harvesting. As I die. Well, he's getting ready to turn around and the pipe will be on the wrong side, so I might as well go take my full trailer of straw, and we are going to put that into the silo and see what the straw price may get up to. Let's go on over here. Someone conveniently left a trailer kind of parked there. At least having something in storage, it's just money sitting there. So eventually we will sell it or use it. Just make sure I park this kind of out of the way. Wow, he filled up really fast. Does that field right over here have two different crops in it? Interesting. It happens. Thank you, John. Selper J, so I'm just going to say it was John. Let's back right up. Let's try not to scratch the paint on the New Holland. Jeez. Maybe I should have kept a helper. So that's going to fill the trailer up halfway. So you can see how much of the field we got left. Quite a bit still. Let me turn the weeds back on. Yeah, so when I get done with this field here, I'll leave the straw in it for now, but I want to get over here and weed this before morning comes or the evening comes, because if I sleep through the night, more than likely this gets a second growth stage, which means I'll have to get the Dutes Fire and put some narrow tires on it to weed out the field. And taking care of a field is very important. I think we can turn our beacons off. Turn the header back on. I gotta tell myself these things, because if I don't, I'll mess things up. Kind of like the other day when I couldn't figure out, I'm like, why can't I used to be able to mow grass and have a tedder going behind it? How come I can't do that? Someone then made a comment of how to do that. Thank you, Tommy, as always. And after I read it, I just sat there with like a, you have one of those, well, no kidding moments. Like, why didn't I remember that? And I blame it on the NyQuil I'm taking. one of those things that you know you did something, and it's like, how do I do it? Well, you put all the mowers on the front 3-point linkage, and then you put the tedder on the back. That's what happens when you just start every game and just say, hey, I don't want just a regular mower, I want the big M. Sometimes you forget how to do the basic things. So when we mow the grass in-game tomorrow, we'll have the mowers on the front and the windrower on the back to road up nice rows so the loading wagon can then haul it off to the BGA to be compacted, turned into silage. And yes, we'll start getting into the cows. And unfortunately, like I said, I didn't want to do it alone, but you know what? Sometimes you gotta spend money to make money, and sometimes you gotta borrow money to make money. Like I said before, the good news is when we hit like episode 60 or 70 of Mercury Farms, and we may head off somewhere else. When we sell everything off the farm, we'll have a lot more money to start our next farm with. I mean, we did pretty good here. We don't have the bison harvester, right? Of course, that wouldn't have been possible probably if our previous boss didn't give us a nice bonus of a T8 tractor. The tractor that's going to do it for us all on this map for a while. Then, of course, once we get our cows, we'll slowly pay off our loan little by little, buy more fields little by little. I really wanted to get into forestry on this map, but we'll see how it goes. That's going to take quite a bit of amount of cash. On the home stretch, I don't think I'm going to get the entire crop in one pass here, because I'm sure I'm going to leave little bits here and there. Maybe not. Maybe you'll glitch in the header. Alright, not quite, but close enough. Besides, I got a patch over on the other side of the field I need to pick up anyways. But we should almost get another trailer of oats out of this. I mean, it's a half trailer already, and this should pretty much fill up the trailer. And we do have time to head on over and weed that field, which won't take us too long. Hopefully I can get it done before it gets too dark so I can see where I'm going. Yes, I do realize there's lights on tractors. Let me head on over here and get this patch first. Like I said, we'll let this field sit overnight and take care of it in the morning. After we go up and take care of our chickens. Make sure they're doing fine. Yeah, that's the other thing. The chickens are keep reproducing. We're getting more and more eggs, which at some point will bring us in a good amount of money. If we fill all 4 crates, that's almost 40,000 liters of eggs. And I've seen the price up. What is the price of eggs right now? We've seen it pretty darn good, actually. So yeah, up near almost 2,000. So that'd be a nice payday for us in the future. Once that chicken coop becomes full, I might actually start a second coop as well. Chickens are easy to maintain. Alright, there we go. That is that field harvested. I don't know if this trailer is going to get all of this in there or not. probably will. Is that field covered fully in weeds now, so I head on over there? It probably will be once we get going. This field will be fine because this field's already been weeded. That'll be ready for harvest in the morning-ish as well. And this field, it does not need no lime, does not need to be plowed, so we're all good to go there. And these are our new grass fields. Well, not new, they were grass fields before, but you know what I mean. Alright, let's take our combine and we'll go and park it over somewhere. I really need to put down a shed somewhere for all of the stuff, just to put under cover, make it look better around here. Right now it just looks like a total mess. I actually should put the header down to take the tension off the machinery. And I'll actually leave it open so it can vent out because it's not going to rain. At least yet. So let's go ahead and put our oats into storage. Unless the price has peaked. 624 and still going up. Of course, we're only playing at 1 time speed, so it's not like it's going to just stop instantly. Almost a full trailer. I probably really should have gotten the Joskin trailer, but this trailer is going to be just fine. The Joskin would hold 31,000 liters. But for how fast our New Holland rocks around this map, it's not going to be too bad if I got to make multiple trips. And it's not like my days right now are just clogged up with jobs to do. Playing on hard mode is not really worth doing contracts. If I have showed you before. I mean, here's one for 2,000, but that is beet harvesting or potato harvesting. Transporting milk. Transport items from vehicle shop to spare shop. I mean, that's almost a couple grand. This one's a couple grand. Transporting jobs seem to pay pretty well. It kind of scares me. What does it entail? I'd have to do with the Dude's Fire, though. So maybe I'll do contracts once in a while. Transport contracts. Especially when I get a loan, because, yeah. I didn't want to do a loan, so when I do get the loan, I want to pay it off as quickly as we can. And I think our grass fields will help out once we get a good amount of stock of Total Mix rations going for our cows. Then we can sell silage and make money that way. So I think what I'm going to do to help me out, keep in line here with the weeds. Alright, we'll come in here, show lines, snap terrain angle, yeah, that would help. Auto width. Come in here, set the A line, so I'll drive straight just a little bit. Go back in, set the B line. And it should show right up. That looks good. No, that's the wrong button. Go back into guidance steering. Enable it. So now the tractor will automatically just drive on the green line as long as I hit the gas pedal. So this will just ensure that I get all the weeds out of the field. As the sun sets on Mercury Farms, where it has actually already set, I mean, if I haven't said so already, I love this map. The detail, it's not just a flat map. It's got rolling hills. It's not like extremely steep in areas for the most part. It's got good character to it. I do like, like the little recreational area. It's things like the recreational area that add a lot of character to a map, because some people are going to say, well, yeah, you can't do nothing with area. It's not useful, but it adds detail, it brings life to the map. And maybe when Seasons comes out, which there was a little bit more news on Seasons I read about. I don't know if you watch Silver News, but he kind of went into some detail. Someone was asking about Seasons. So Seasons kind of released a couple things. They've shown quite a few things that Seasons going to be, but they actually said, a quote for them is, and there's a lot of things in Seasons that they're new things that are coming to Seasons they haven't even told us about yet. So what does that mean? I don't know, but I can't wait to see what Seasons will have in store. I know the one thing that they're adding, maybe I shouldn't say hold me to this, but like in winter now, when it snows, I think the snow is going to accumulate on your tractors and equipment if they're outside of a shed or whatnot. So like in Seasons in 17, like if you left a trailer outside and it snowed, the snow would accumulate in the back of a trailer. I guess now when it snows, and if you say for tractors outside, the snow will accumulate on top of your tractor. It's going to accumulate on top of like the roofs. I really want to see how the weeding, their Seasons is going to change how weeds form on the field. Now the thing is, when Seasons comes out, it's going to take a while for the map editors to probably get it to work on some of the maps. Now, Mercury Farms being in 17, I think that was Seasons ready in 17, but being a whole new Seasons for 19, I don't know how all that stuff works out. I'm not that talented, so... But I'm guessing probably another few more months before Seasons even comes out. Mods like that take a while. When they come out, you want them to really work well. Nothing worse than having a mod come out and you can't wait to use it, and there's so many bugs and whatnot, and it just makes you discouraged. I know some people get impatient, like, oh, they should just release it the way it is and we'll deal with it. And then they complain about, well, it doesn't work right. Well, you want it released early, so it's like a lot of people wanted this guidance steering assist, or whatever it's actually being called. I'm just going to keep calling it GPS. So he released it as is. A lot of people complain, well, you can't, every time you turn, you got to go back in. And it's like, hey, it's a workable GPS system. To me, I can deal with it like this. I mean, yeah, 17's was a little bit better, but then again, that was a mod that was worked on for years. I think it came out maybe late in 13. There was a little bit of it. And then, of course, it came out in 15. And then, of course, he worked on it for 17. So you got to give him some time to work on it. It's only been, December, January, February, almost 4 months now. So the mod you saw in 17 was like 4.5 years. And it starts to get a little bit darker. Yeah, lights don't really help you out too much in the dawn and dusk hours. Sometimes it makes it worse. That's why I'm using GPS to keep me in line. Literally, keep me in line. And now I can just pretty much cheat a little bit. Now that we got a few fields merged together, every couple of days we'll be harvesting them and just getting a good amount of yield, hopefully, as long as we keep up with it. And then, of course, we'll be selling crops, getting some cash, getting the cash flow coming in. And eventually we'll get this farm really rocking. But I think borrowing the money to get the cows going is going to be beneficial. Hopefully I'm right on that. All right, let's take a look at the PDA. And it looks pretty good. We are weed free. Show lines? No thanks. Oh, helps if I lift up the weeder. I'm like, why am I not going fast enough? Yeah, so maybe when we do the cows and get a loan, we'll put the a shed down out here as well. Start giving some of these things a home. Well, what is the price of the oats? Is that still climbing up? Of course it is. Hasn't been that long. The canola, $7.60. I mean, I could go sell that now at the garden center just to get some cash. But really, I think we'll wait just to see what happens with it. Wait, what did I plant down here? Is that canola? Yeah, that is canola. So I might as well wait and see what happens out there. And like I said, the straw will just kind of leave there until morning. It's going to be a little cloudy at night, but it's not going to get too damp. So I think it'll be fine. Let's actually, we'll go up and just check on our chickens before we head on off back to the homestead. So this is what they're doing with eggs. We probably got like 10,000 liters of eggs here right now, which is pretty darn good. Chicken-wise, we're up into the 60s. So 180, we're getting close to being half full. Of course, this is looking just a little bit worse because we're getting more chickens, which means they require more, blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, we all remember the grass fields. Hopefully they'll be ready tomorrow so we can get those mowed up, rowed up, and brought to the BGA and start compacting it so we can get our silage and start thinking about the cows. I'll have to take a trip to the bank. I'm kind of new here. So I'll have to talk to the loan manager, tell him what's up. I have to probably show him my books to see how much we got in equity on the farm already. Grass is looking really good. Really, really good. Really good. I like it. I like it a lot. And just like that, we are home. Yeah, I really need to also, I think maybe in a couple episodes time, I need to take care of that tree. I want to cut down that tree right there and this tree right here. As for the grass growing, did I activate that mod? We did use it in Ravenport decorations. Did I activate the grass mod? I did not. So you remember before they fixed the landscaping tool, there was a grass mod that you can replant grass. So I may have to do that here. Unless I did it wrong in landscaping, but there was only one grass one I could find. But we can replant the grass to make it grow up again. So I may do that. So we may have to take a little bit of... Landscaping doesn't cost that much cash, so we can, we'll make some money back on the trees. That is, we'll cut down the trees, get the stump grinder, grind them down, maybe replant some grass. I don't know how far down I can actually go, because I would like to make a beach. But I'm guessing that... wait, I can't... I don't think this is purchasable land, is it? No, I can't purchase anything here. And it's hard to see. And from where I'm standing on the map, it looks like I'm standing in a section I don't own. So if I want to put sand, I could like start here. So that's going to look weird. So I can't make my own like little beach. Son of a beach. I can't do that. But I do like having the house up here. We got a decent view of the reservoir, sewage treatment plant, whatever. Wherever that water is coming from. I don't think it's coming from this town. Maybe it is. I don't know. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. I appreciate you watching as always. And I'll catch you next time on Mercury Farms. But until then, have a good one.